Congratulations. Welcome to City Podcast, which is a
Acronym.
Can I Trust You? I am messing it up. Welcome to episode 39. I am obviously an Eskimo in heat. My fellow correspondents are
Roman?
John.
Your boy Eric.
and our technician guy.
Tony.
How's everyone doing besides the orphan? Everyone's been alright, whatever. And no, nothing special. I went through
Menopause?
right now I'm going through that. It was
Congratulations.
called Free Comic Book Day. It fucking sucked. It was terrible. I never want to do it ever again, but I'll probably do it again.
Yeah.
I hated every moment of it, but
Oh, did you encourage people to burn the Secret Empire, whatever the hell, comics?
Secret Empire one.
Yeah.
Oh, is it trash or what?
No, apparently they the super lefty sees it as Nazi propaganda.
Oh, they should be happy though, because Captain America would stand for like government or whatever shit like that. Now it's turned into a Nazi thing. They would fucking love that shit.
Now he's a Nazi.
Yeah, he's supposed to be like the main dude for Hydra.
Yeah.
But I mean, they would be like, yeah, that's exactly it. You trust America, you trust Nazis now. That's how I would see it. They would be super happy about that.
That's why lefties are saying that it's just all Nazi propaganda.
I don't know.
And they're saying like some of them have sent death threats to the writer Nick Spencer.
Marvel was also saying about that whole like, we've listened to our audience and we've gotten that they don't like diversity.
Mm-hmm.
And it's not that people don't like diversity, it's just people don't like shit ass books.
Yeah, when you train a character that I don't care about at all, just I'm not gonna read it.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, Amadeus
Chode.
Yeah, I didn't like him as a character at all. Like, to be honest with you, and now he's the Hulk, and now I just don't give a fuck.
Who is Amadeus? Whatever.
He's that little kid that was the top 5 smartest people in Marvel Universe.
He's like that little.
He was like number 3 smarty
He's
pants.
like, yeah, he's a smart short round.
he's just a regular Asian.
Wasn't he Ant-Man for a little bit?
I
Or he
don't
had the
think so.
Ant-Man helmet?
No.
Stereotype.
Nazi propaganda, fascism, which I don't think they know the meaning of.
No, yeah.
And they're burning copies of the free one. They don't want to pay the $5
Yeah.
a book and then burn it, but they'll take a free one and burn it.
Yeah.
They can all go to hell.
They're
Fuck you.
retarded anyways.
They're liberals. What do they like? Nothing.
Oh, I forgot to mention, I did do something relevant to this podcast. I saw Trent today.
What?
Yeah.
Word.
I went to his house. I got some Warhammer pieces I needed for a tournament coming up.
Did you blow him?
Huh? No, his wife was like in the other room. So
Eagle eye and you like.
She would have known. She probably has like a secret camera like watching him all the time.
It's inside his pants.
He's always getting watched just in case to make sure he doesn't
Yeah.
explode.
But he has a nice house. Goddamn, he has a nice house.
Does he?
Well, he worked hard for it.
And he has a little like Warhammer room, and I'm like, fuck, I want that room.
He's living the American dream, bro.
He is. That he is.
That's a callback.
That's a callback. Listen to it. Which
Like,
did alright.
is this gonna?
Will this be as good as the last one? We don't know. We have the time. We never know. But you know what?
You know, we do
That's-
know. Nothing.
Nothing at all. Which, since we don't know anything at all, the one thing we do know is how to take suggestions.
Yes, we do.
And this was actually a suggestion from Rick, where he wanted us to talk about conspiracies.
Rick.
Now, Tony, you think you could play like some X-Files music in the background or something? Or is that just out of your capacity to do anything?
Yeah, that's out of my...
Okay.
Yeah, we'll just do it.
Oh, I can't whistle.
Alright, there you go, Rick. There you go, Rick.
We're gonna get sued for that. I hope you're happy.
Fuck it. You can't get sued for a parody. That was a parody.
But how this is gonna go is, I guess we're gonna talk about conspiracies or some shit like that, and try to convince each other that somebody's watching us.
I
I don't think we're trying to do anything.
I don't think we're trying to necessarily convince people.
We're just gonna let people know.
I just, first of all, I think conspiracy theories are kind of boring, so I kind of just have like theories.
Okay, so you want to start this off?
I guess.
I just want to note that this is the episode we should have had Dan for.
Yeah, that's true. Prune man.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, he is with conspiracies.
Now, Prune, you're just paranoid. You better stop that.
Stop smoking weed.
Yeah. 'Cause
You're making John jealous.
you're your mind's turned into one of those guys that's gonna be like fucking. You probably have tape on your laptop, don't you?
All over the camera.
Yeah, I don't care. I don't think I'm that interested.
What are you gonna do? Watch me jerk off?
Yeah, fuck it.
I want to get to that point where I wear a foil hat.
Prune's almost there.
I was
there
for like a quick second too, like in the early 2000s.
We're wearing a foil hat.
Yeah.
Oh shit.
Why?
I don't know. I forgot what exactly put me there, but I thought everyone was out to get my 13-year-old self.
Acid babies, don't try it.
Yeah. The government done took my babies. Every time I flush a seed down the toilet, they're collecting.
They just have like a little fishnet.
Nah, I like to think it's some dude underneath the house, like right in the pipe, swallowing it.
Or
God damn.
your seed is the reason Lizardman got created.
I was waiting for someone to do Lizardman. I don't think anyone's doing Lizardman, so if you were excited to hear about Lizardman, turn it off right now. It's not happening.
Other than this exact moment when we're talking about Lizardman. So
So
you
it's
got what you wanted.
There's the hype of it. Now it's all downhill from here.
It's Mark's like wasted seed and the alligators in the sewers meet and boom, Lizardman.
Is that wait? Well, what
Alligators.
what counts as conspiracy theory? Conspiracy theory and myth.
What is the difference, Mark?
That I'm not sure. I'm not sure. You know, the one I have is mostly like urban legend, but actual conspiracy theory that was proven. It's like it starts off with an urban legend. You know what? Let me just I'll just start it.
And that's my other question. If you can prove the conspiracy theory, is it still a theory or is it just facts?
Well, after a while, I mean, like, okay, well, anyways, I'm gonna fucking do it. I'm gonna goddamn stupid questions.
This is why people don't talk about conspiracy theories.
Yeah, because people can just ask dumb questions all the time.
You just meant that was a good question.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah.
He just didn't have an answer for it.
Motherfucker telling me shit that I didn't fucking know.
Especially when I see you go, huh? You didn't expect that. There you go.
I wasn't ready. I wasn't ready for this level of intelligence right now.
That's the thing that you're misconstruing about Mark. When he says "huh," he just doesn't care. He's not thinking about it.
It catches him. It catches him.
Dead eyes. Look at his dead eyes when he goes "huh."
No.
No. There's a different type of huh.
Yeah.
There's huh. Okay, like he's not interested, and he's like, huh. Like, yeah, I never thought about that. Or, like.
So it's all
bitch, you
pitch.
wish. Yeah, he's a sassy black woman. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah. Inside, I believe you are a sassy black woman.
He doesn't like it because he got put in the spotlight real quick.
Yeah, pretty much.
You're a fierce, independent black woman.
yeah.
And I don't need no man.
Tyler Perry wrote movies about you.
I need the gardener who needs God. But anyways, my conspiracy was about Polybius, I believe it's called.
Who?
Polybius. It's a video game. Our video arcade. John, do you know it? You're looking at me like you know it. You just looked.
I'm fucking falling asleep.
Okay. Well, anyways, there's a video arcade. Polybius is a arcade machine that showed up in 1980 in Portland, Oregon. Apparently, it's something similar to Tempest, or what people assumed it was something like Tempest. It would create geometric shapes. It was a puzzle, and you would start shooting shit, and just bright lights and vivid everything. Eventually, some kids got sick in playing it. There was just a lot of theories about it was government funded because every once in a while, some dudes in all black, kind of the Men in Black, would show up to these arcades, get some information from it, and fucking bounce right out. Probably like a week following, some kids started having like hallucinations. Some started getting mentally sick. At one point, there's a theory that one kid actually committed suicide because they couldn't comprehend all the shit that was going on. So after, like, maybe a few months after or whatever, they said, like, the game cabinet, like, just disappeared and there's been no traces of it ever. But what leads into it, when I saw that, there was also, someone started backing up a little more of the theory with an actual conspiracy theory that the government's trying to mind control people or trying to use... They're trying to mind control people, or they were trying to get people to be controlled with their mind, as I said 3 times already. And
you are now controlled.
You are now controlled. Touch your nose. Now give me $5. Send it to P.O. Box. And it actually turned out that this is true. They were trying to develop some kind of mind control medication or hallucinated drug, which was one of the creations of LSD in the form of MK Ultra, which was actually undocumented in 1971. So what happened was after World War II, the CIA started recruiting former Nazi scientists in 1945 in what was known as Operation Paperclip. They got some of them and they had them do. No, that's the brothels. This gets even better and better. So basically, they recruit all these Nazi scientists saying like, "Hey, you gonna work for us now, all right? And we'll sweep under the rug that y'all fucking slaughtered the Jews," which in my case I would be like, I'm cool with that. So a couple other projects they were going to, if you want to keep looking into, this is Project Chatter, Project Bluebird, and Project Artichoke. But all these studies had the purpose of mind control, interrogation, behavior modifications, and other shit like that. They were trying to use it against what supposedly was for the Soviets, North Korea, Chinese. If they got any prisoners of war, they would give them this shit and they would start uttering the truth. After a while, it turned from using that, they wanted to use it. What made it illegal is they started using it on U.S. citizens and some Canadians as well, without their knowledge or consent. So what they originally started developing the potency of LSD. And at first they started using it on, I believe it was not yet to the brothels.
Soldiers.
Yes,
they started
actually,
as soldiers?
prisoners of war, mentally handicapped, homeless people, prostitutes. In the case they use it against them, in their words, of people who could not fight back. At one point, they drugged some dude for like 77 days of LSD just constantly to see the effects on it. They would go and I think at one point they started doing it to their own CIA members, like some officers, some people lower. They would just start fucking drugging their coffee and shit like that.
So they just play around with LSD around everywhere?
Yeah, pretty much they're putting LSD in everyone's shit and just seeing
They're like
the
Oprah
potency.
with LSD.
Yeah.
Fun fact:
LSD.
the scientists who created LSD were high on LSD.
Before it was made.
Yeah, because they kept trying their own product. So by the time they got the final recipe, they were already so fucking high.
Pretty much.
And they also became addicted.
No.
I don't know if you can get addicted to LSD. Can you get addicted to LSD?
I don't know about
Or
LSD.
psychedelics, like acid?
They're not addictive. It's just people. You either like it or you don't. So if you like it, you want to keep trying it. It's not necessarily like it itself doesn't have addictive quality.
Is that
Just
like,
want to see the truth.
Is it like acid? If you take a couple hits, you're forever known as mentally handicapped or something like that?
No,
I've never heard that term before.
That's a conspiracy theory in itself.
No, it's been said that
Or a myth.
if you've taken
Acid twice.
three
Twice?
times,
Three
Then
times?
you just become
Yeah.
retarded.
you're considered mentally irregular.
Huh.
Or
Isn't I think it's when
or
you're telling me
like
about it.
Crazy.
It gets stuck in your spinal fluid or some shit like
Yes.
that. So anytime you like,
Pop acid.
I don't know.
or you
For all
pop
you
your back or
acid
some shit, it can leak out and have the same effect or
I
some
mean,
shit
I don't
like
know. I've
that.
only done it twice, so
I did it once, and that
I've got-
was enough.
I'm not crazy.
Yet.
So after the CIA stuff, they started another operation which was called Operation Midnight Climax. So what they did in this one was they set up a brothel, got a bunch of horny ass dudes to go in there. They
Not
would
very hard.
Of course, the hardest.
eventually what they did was they started fucking dosing them up with LSD and shit like that and checking to see how it affects them. Started questioning about stuff like that. They knew the people weren't going to say shit because they didn't want this to be who's going to come out and like, yeah, I went to a whorehouse and the government done Bugs Bunny popped out of nowhere. I don't know what he was doing there, but he was there with the colonel. After that, like around 1971, it had to be disclosed because some people, apparently it was like a misfiling somewhere in the CIA that some documents came out, and as soon as people started unearthing it, the head chief, I forgot his name, in the CIA wanted majority of all the documents of MK Ultra to be destroyed. Only a few have been pieced. Nah, not Hoover. That's the FBI.
Oh.
Fair
he
enough.
wanted majority of the shit destroyed, so they only have a limited amount of documents, and they say that it hasn't gone further from that. But I mean, it's the government; they can fucking keep going on with that.
Oh, yeah.
There was, I think it was like somewhere in France where they found there was like a lot of people just got in this weird psychedelic freak out, and some people started dying. Some kids started dying, and they started testing like the soil around them, and they think it was like some property that the government did earlier there. But
Put
the
it in the
MK,
water
yeah,
system?
they put it in the water system or it's in the soil, so now they're freaking out. And that was like around the 2009, I want to say. So it's probably still going on. So since LSD can be in like powder, liquid, or whatever, I would say they would try to do it in aerosol. Oh, the aerosol thing. That's what they used during the Operation Midnight Climax. So why not use it during the time when arcades were super popular? So maybe Polybius had some. It would spray some shit in your face. It's the first form of the mist, like they do at fucking Fiesta, Texas, where it's too hot. Yeah, with that mist thing.
You start tripping.
Yeah, now this is getting extra conspiracy theories. Don't go to Six Flags. Don't go to the mist because that's where they fucking get
That's
you.
LSD.
That's LSD.
Unless you really want to
They
get high.
probably had it coded on the joystick or button.
Maybe,
or something.
yeah. That's how they.
Just gets in through your.
Because everybody gets sweaty
through the
palms when they're
pores.
playing.
Hell yeah, I know. God knows I do.
Yeah.
I get sweaty palms for anything.
My palms are sweaty. I'm not doing it.
It sounds like you went down a pretty bad rabbit hole, man.
Yeah. See, so that's how. That was that one I heard a while back ago. So that one always interested me. And so I started reading more today. Like I was at a taco restaurant earlier, and I'm just sitting there, just like fucking reading more and more, just getting super paranoid.
Were you with your girl and she was trying to talk to you? You're like, shut up!
Shut up! Shut up, you goddamn spy!
Did you know you were hearing this?
Can't you understand? That's why they're speaking in all this code.
You're a whore, aren't you? You're tracking me with LSD, aren't you?
Then the wait,
Oh, we got this so good.
when the waitress comes up, and she's like, something tomorrow. I was like, what does that mean? What does tomorrow mean?
The waitress is like a man in black, but he has a pink apron. You enjoying your coffee?
Oh man, huh? What the fuck does that mean? And since I'm at the Mexican restaurant, you know how they get like the chicks with like the real tight white shirts and the real tight black pants, it's like a dude in black, but with all that. I know it's a dude, but damn,
That booty pumping.
how do they do it? That's the real conspiracy.
LSD.
There we go. What about you, John? Conspiracy theory.
What yours, baby?
It's an actual thing that draws conspiracy theorists that add more fuel to the fire.
The internet. Dun, dun, dun.
But basically, it started off with this small group of businessmen. They were billionaires and they're lawyers, and they
Most evil of men.
they created a group working together, and they called it the Carlyle Group because that's the hotel they were staying in, the room they were staying in when they were drafting all this shit out. Basically, what happened in the 80s is the American government was handing out tax exemptions for anybody who bought businesses that were owned by Eskimos in Alaska. So these guys spent a couple of $1,000s to be tax exempt for the year, and for a billionaire, yearly taxes are millions of dollars.
Yeah.
So they got together.
Chump change.
Yeah. So they realized, everybody working together like this, that they were going to be able to find more loopholes, more ways to make money by working together as a unit. And it slowly became just a couple of guys, 6 guys in a hotel room, to something even bigger. It became multinational. They started getting in politicians. They got in George Bush Sr. They got the Rockefellers.
Of course, you can't forget them.
Yeah. If you're going to have billionaires, you got to have...
You gotta have the Rockefellers.
You gotta have that old money.
Saddam Hussein was in it. A couple of oil sheiks.
He's dead, so there's an opening.
Yeah.
And not Osama bin Laden, but members of his family were in it. So basically, it grew to this council of people who were just helping each other make money. And one of the biggest profits that there is war. And the people in this group, one guy owned iron, right? An iron manufacturer.
Yeah.
And so they would make weapons. Another guy owned medical supply stuff. So they were making bandages. So they were, and then another guy owned oil facilities. Another guy owned an aeronautics place that made jet engines. Another guy owned the company that made the brakes for that specific jet. So that if you went with that guy's jet, you needed to go with this guy for the brakes. You needed to go to the other guy in the group for the oil to fucking get these jets to fly.
Yeah.
You got the guy who's selling the bullets. You got the guy who's selling the bandages. All these guys are working together.
I got the cup holsters. If you need cup holsters for your planes, you gotta go through old Benny.
I think we're just gonna go with the other guy. I mean, it's a cup holder.
Come on, guys.
You want special decals that say you're in the Carlyle Group? You gotta go through me.
You gotta go through old slimy slick Benny over here. Not good with the names, but can make the decals.
He's just always sweating.
Yeah.
He has yellow armpit stains.
Hot in here, is it just me?
So they started a war?
So basically, what happened is they took a page out of the government's book. The government went to war in Vietnam at a time where Vietnam was the world's leading producer in heroin.
Mm.
So at that time, Afghanistan was the world's leading producer of heroin. And so working together, George Bush was able to get his son elected as president. The Bin Laden guys were able to get Osama to
his mama.
to make this plan to perform an act
That's
of
what
terror here in America.
Uh-huh.
Granted, they probably didn't think that the scale was going to be that big, big enough to drop 2 buildings, but they did know that something was going to happen.
Mm-hmm.
And they let it happen because they wanted Americans to come together and decide that we need to go over there and kick some ass. So they sent our soldiers to Afghanistan to look for Osama bin Laden and use that as a cover to bring in all this heroin. And
that's the conspiracy theory?
that's part of it. The group itself exists. The fact that they're all businesses that help each other.
But all this stuff you're talking about.
That's where the conspiracy comes in.
Okay.
So, I mean, I'm not going to get too much into 9/11 conspiracies because that's a whole other fucking can of worms into itself.
Jet fuel can't melt steel beams.
So it sounds like...
The explosion, the what happened? There's that video where the explosion happened before the plane even touched it.
Oh. Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
I don't know. They were saying that there wasn't even like plane debris.
You dropped a bomb on me.
Like you see other plane crashes and you see like parts of planes everywhere.
Those buildings.
But these motherfuckers weren't there.
Stuck in my head now.
Well, you dropped a bomb on me?
Yeah, it's too good. Gap band, baby.
That's another conspiracy theory. Songs that get stuck in your brain
So it
are
sounds like
actually the government
a
taking
small-
over.
It sounds like a small scale Illuminati.
Sounds something like that.
Yeah.
Like the Freemasons and whatnot.
I mean, it's just a group of old white guys that.
I don't know. Isn't Jay-Z part of the Illuminati?
No, of course not.
Jay-Z's part of Illuminati.
No, he's not.
There you
So
go.
is Beyonce.
No, they're not.
No, but Illuminati likes money.
Yeah, but they don't respect color.
Yeah, but they respect the respect they get.
Nah,
Yeah.
nah.
I don't think you
Let's
realize.
not get into this thing about respect right now, Tony.
All right.
I don't think you realize how poor people like Beyonce and Jay-Z are compared to the actual.
Higher,
Yeah.
colors and all that.
Yeah.
They don't got old money. They got new money.
They mostly got credit. Everything they buy is on fucking credit.
So what you saying? The white people that rule America, or the world actually.
The world.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's a world council.
That's one thing I never understood when I was looking up all these conspiracy theories. Half of the end game for everybody was to control the world, and I was like, what's so good about controlling the world? Like,
What I always thought for
why?
What I always
Why?
thought for like one world government, I was like, if we're one world government, does that mean we can pretty much travel anywhere without travel restrictions? That'd be awesome. I'm all for it. And then I forgot someone told me something. I was like, that doesn't sound good at all.
like communism or something like that.
Nah,
I just don't understand why go for world domination? What is so good about it?
You're getting all the money.
So who cares? You're gonna die anyways.
Well, apparently they do.
I just don't understand it.
Well, of course not. You don't have any money.
Well, no, I mean, you're not wrong. You're not wrong, but still, I was like, what good is owning the world? Like,
So is your conspiracy money?
What's your conspiracy, Eric?
My conspiracy is Britney Spears was a operative for the Bush administration.
Oh my god. That sounds ridiculous, John.
No, well, it was the. There's like a bunch of examples of it, but the main one was when that she was on the payroll, and every time the Bush administration screwed up, they distracted the sheeple with Britney stuff.
God damn it! I hate when people use that.
I know you do. That's why I did it.
Oh, okay, get it.
So like on November 6, 2007, Britney and K-Fed fucking
Fuck.
divorced, and that was like during the midterm election, so they could get distracted by Bush's crappy fucking campaign, and they're like, oh hey look, Britney and K-Fed are fucking breaking up, but she's pregnant, and they're like,
2007?
I think so, yeah.
Nah, that can't be right.
No,
2007 is like in the middle of Bush's.
Yeah, the mid. It
No,
says
like
here midterm election.
To get re-elected.
No, because he was elected in 2000. So that would have been the middle of his second term. We don't have a third term for presidents.
Duh.
Oh, you
So-
just this
Conspiracy
nigga just debunked it.
'Cause we
Well, I'm not sure what
because
happened.
we didn't have another election until 2008.
I'm just reading what the first thing I went.
But
with.
that's not a
I
Britney
went with the
Spears
first thing.
thing. That's just something that media does. They distract you with gay marriage. They're distracting you with this whole gender fluidity. They throw
They'll
out.
distract you with celebrities and garbage, so you won't listen to the real
that
stuff.
are in
When you
the
go to Yahoo
payroll.
News, 7 out of the top 10 stories are what Kylie Jenner's wearing to the gala or
And
whatever.
you get to the bottom stuff like, oh, there was a missile attack
Yeah.
in this country, and an official part of the government is happening, or a bill got passed.
They got
I
me
don't
right
know.
off.
The other conspiracy theory is that Keanu Reeves is an immortal. And they have pictures of him like 1996 to 2007.
Oh, yeah, they just
Looks
came up.
just as young. And then there's a picture of a like 19th century
A
fucking
risky cat.
count or something.
Mhm.
Looks exactly like Keanu Reeves
Are you
when he
sure
had that
they
little
didn't get
fucking thing.
Off the set of like Dracula or something?
No.
It's like one of
No.
those Facebook posts that they put
I
Keanu
see.
Reeves and then
Yeah.
the picture of the other one.
I saw it right after Mojo's top 10.
Yeah, I like Mojo's fucking
No,
top 10
it-
list.
it-
And then
clearly-
there's the other one where Beyonce's actually Solange's mom, not her sister, because they look stupid alike and they look nothing like the mom, like her mom.
Solanges?
Solange,
What
yeah.
the fuck is a Solange?
That's
Solange is a
R&B soul singer from the Beyonce town.
What the fuck's a Solange? That doesn't.
she's the one that got beat up by Jay-Z, or that beat up Jay-Z.
No, it's the one that kicked Jay-Z's ass.
Whatever. Yeah.
Whoop Jay-Z's ass?
Yeah.
Oh, I love that.
Beyonce's first kid,
But then again,
Solange.
they said JC didn't want to fight back because he doesn't like hitting girls. Beyonce's mom.
Beyonce was actually, well, they say she was born in 1981, and that Solange was born in 86. But truth be told, I think they found out that Beyonce was born in 1974, and she was.
How'd they find this out?
Is
I
this
don't know.
facts?
I don't fucking know, dude.
The
TMZ
conspiracy
is
is obviously.
I don't go through it. No, it wasn't even TMZ. It was something else.
TMZ is
Oh,
They
part
just
of this,
started looking out because
double triangle.
I've never really seen Beyonce's mom, but she looks nothing like that, and Solange
But-
looks exactly like a spitting image of Beyonce, not the
Okay.
mom at all.
Okay,
Sounds like
But-
something from The Onion.
okay,
Does.
but
I do enjoy this.
I don't look anything like my parents
Or his siblings.
or my siblings. But my brother looks more like my dad, and my sister definitely looks like my mom.
That's because you're adopted.
That's probably.
There you go.
I mean, that's you're
Now
You're
you-
you're on the
Now
same you're on the same
today
thing
now.
with
That's proven as fact
Tony.
that your brother looks like your dad, so he's saying that Solange looks like Beyonce, not the mom.
yeah.
Yeah, but that doesn't mean anything because the kids don't necessarily look like.
They get some trait like them, and they look.
They don't look like their parents. Like me, I look more like my uncles. Like I have an uncle lives across the
There
street.
you go.
Sounds like
Trickle.
Looks
You
like
know,
your
that'd be an
uncle.
interesting wrinkle in the family.
It'd be funny like your uncle, aka your dad, didn't fucking want you, and your dad, aka your uncle, was just like, well, fuck it, I guess we'll take it.
Well, he is.
That's why he stabbed you, dude. That's why he stabbed you when he was using.
Oh, because
Because when he got drunk, he was like, man, you know what? Fuck you, dude. Fuck my brother too. Stab you. And you're just like, dad. He's like, that's
it's
right.
my
I'm
mom's brother.
your dad.
like John.
Either way,
John
he's still-
looks like his dad.
Yeah.
Just
Yeah,
a
but
fat version of him.
not everybody. You don't look like your dad.
Because he's adopted.
Oh, that's right.
That's
But
not
then
helping.
again, you don't look like your dad.
I look like my mom.
You look like Santos. Like you and Santos, like as kids.
Ooh, now
I
he's
probably
flipping it.
couldn't-
Now he's flopping.
Like kids,
flipping it on
maybe.
you.
I probably couldn't tell you. Apart.
Maybe.
Everybody said that Santos looks like my mom.
Santos
Yeah,
looks
my
like
mom's
mom.
straight.
Yeah, my mom when she was thinner, like this goblin one that you see right now. Not her.
No.
I love her. I love my mama, and she's the one, first one that said, me and your dad finally agreed that you were the one that kind of looked exactly like us, and I was just like, cool. They're the only ones that I'm the only one that got accepted as the real children. All these posers right here, adopted.
If you look at my grandpa, he looks exactly like my brother.
Yeah, you see, so like it doesn't.
Yeah.
You don't have to look like the one that gave birth to you. You can look like somebody from a past, and sometimes it's not even that. Sometimes
I don't know. He has to go see like Beyonce's grandma or something.
yeah, maybe it's that. I don't know.
Oh, but that's why it's a
God
conspiracy.
damn.
That's why.
maybe, fucking
You're
Beyonce's
learning. You're
grandma
learning
was,
shit today.
Yeah.
Well, that's why it's called a conspiracy
There
theory.
you go.
Because if it was a proven thing, it would be facts.
But here's the thing, like I said when we kind of opened this,
You don't like conspiracy
I
theories?
really don't like conspiracy theories.
Well,
Like,
then-
a
In
lot
fairness,
of
you
them-
don't like a lot of.
He doesn't like the
True.
truth.
Oh,
But a lot
I
of them
think
don't.
that's why he doesn't like conspiracy, because he likes
Yeah.
the truth. He wants facts.
I want
They
facts.
might be facts.
He wants to be like, you're wrong or you're right.
Yeah, exactly.
You can't
Black
just,
and
like-
white.
Yeah, you just can't be like, oh, I think of something. He's like, nah, son,
Oh,
either
no,
you're right or wrong.
no. Now you're fucking misreading.
Putting words in his mouth.
Yeah, like
It's a conspiracy theory.
Yeah.
I like facts. So conspiracy theories.
You
are
like
just,
fags.
Conspiracy theories just aren't all that interesting to me because a lot of them, to be honest with you, are about like celebrities and things, and that's not something I care about.
Well, I mean,
Like, a good majority of them.
I know
Because-
about celebrities.
You see,
because
so, like,
celebrities are the fucking
yours
reptilians.
that you're talking about. That's like documented things from the government. Like,
Yeah.
they found this out, so that's more interesting to me because that's real.
Okay,
Yeah.
well, how about
now?
But
the
mine
thing-
also
so-
leads into
It
Yeah.
leads into conspiracy theories, but there's still some grain of truth.
yeah.
And I guess that's what has to hold.
well,
John
what
said
about
anything.
in that case?
Exactly.
John didn't have anything to do with
But
celebrities,
then
about an
again-
actual group that exists.
But yeah, I don't care about like that. I don't care about.
Okay,
Like,
well, what about-
business? Business, I don't care about.
I
What-
think you just care about Marx because it involves some kind of video game, and that's what you like.
No, it involved like government secrets.
Oh,
Like,
wait,
John's
I found
all
out.
about government secrets.
I found out that
it's
CIA
about
guy's
businessmen.
name.
He
That
said it
CIA,
was just about businessmen.
the head of the CIA. Well, hold on, I'll tell you right now.
Like with John's, it's okay. There's the Carlyle Group. That's fine. But all these things that spin out of it, like the Illuminati and all that stuff, I don't think
Yeah,
that
just-
there is a group of people that are smart enough to run
It
the
was
world.
the CIA.
That's my
Oh.
kind of point of view.
The CIA director was William Colby.
Actually, it was Richard Helms.
Then I got lied to.
Because
You
there's
got me
because
bugged
there
together.
have
No,
there
it's
have
right
been
here. CIA
there have been
director.
different CIA
Yeah.
directors.
Actually,
But
I
this-
think
the
William
C-
Colby.
but
William
the-
Colby was the one that was in charge when they killed Marley. Bob
Who's
Marley.
Marley?
Bob Marley.
Oh,
The CIA
Well,
murdered him.
This CIA, the one with mine, with the CIA director, the Richard Helms ordered all the MK Ultra files to be destroyed in 1973.
oh, mine was the government. The whole that we get spied on by the new apps, like Snapchat. Just they use it for the face recognition.
So you mean God Eye from Fast and the Furious?
It's something like that. Like all these apps are meant just to keep track of everybody in the world.
I'm fine with
That
that.
way you don't have no more
I
privacy.
don't doubt it.
There was this documentary I watched on Netflix about a natural member of the government saying, "Hey, this is true," and that's why he walks around with a cell phone. He has tapes all over the camera. He takes off the location and everything because he's like, "Yeah, we kind of track down people and stuff like that."
I'm fine with that. That helps when you. I mean, where's that technology when people go missing? Is it like we can find you, but we don't care about you type of deal, or?
Oh yeah, if you're just like somebody, like if I go missing, no one cares.
I'm just saying, with technology nowadays, those hundreds and hundreds of missing people thing, they could obviously just find a dead body somewhere. Because I automatically think all those people missing above the age of 14, they decided to go with some guy they wanted to fuck, got fucked, and got
Yeah,
killed.
It's the
Simple as that.
It's the younger ones that you end up saying, "Oh, it's dead," but the older ones are
No,
like,
the old ones, they're dead too. I don't give a
They're all
fuck.
dead.
Everybody missing is dead or dying somewhere.
And then I found out that
That's not true at all.
That's totally true.
that Disneyland has a lot of conspiracy theories, like how Walt Disney still haunts his apartment.
That's more like a ghost story, ain't it?
Well, I went to it was a list of conspiracy theories dealing with Walt Disney,
Oh.
like
The frozen head thing.
yeah, they were all scary horror stuff, like the
Creepypastas.
like
Yeah.
that ride, the life ride. It's a small world. I think.
Oh yeah.
Oh
That
yeah.
the things turn on by themselves. It has no power.
Yeah.
Like there's a
Ooh,
little,
I got
you
shivers
see a
down my
ghost
spine.
boy around all the rides. If you take a picture, you can see his face.
Apparently, it's one of the haunted places because a lot of people want their ashes spread in the
That's another conspiracy
Disney.
theory that people go and throw their ashes so
Fuck.
they can live the afterlife in the most happy place. in the world.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Haunted, the
Ashes
haunted
on
house
the
or
something.
haunting 13.
Who cares what happens to you? Like.
Apparently, in the pirate ride that they had in there, the skulls that they all had there were native skulls or actual skulls of somebody from something. It was just they weren't props. Supposedly.
That actual human skeleton.
Yeah, it was actual remains.
Cheaper than actual prosthetics.
Yeah. And apparently they've all been replaced now and whatnot. But
Yeah, dude, Walt Disney's weird. It has a lot of secrets, a lot of conspiracy theories, a lot of mess up stuff.
there's a lot of tunnels down
Oh,
for
yeah, a lot of secret stuff that goes inside that place.
Lot of get headings.
I do want to visit
They
that
bust them a lot though.
that secret
Uh-huh.
that secret restaurant they have, that apartment or something. It's like 13B or some shit like that.
Oh, my cousin Justin does that
Yeah.
every once in a while. That sounds like the dream.
what?
It's like a restaurant you go. It's like the food around the world or something like that,
Uh-huh.
and they'll just fucking feed you and just give you drinks. Like I forgot. I'll ask him about it, but I want to do that one day.
Yeah,
That's
so,
right. He works. He like goes to like the Universal stuff, right? He does the fireworks displays.
yeah, so Walt Disney has like a secret. Well, not so much secret because it come out that it's there, but you need a special permission to get inside.
Okay.
It's
Yeah.
celebrity,
It was his-
yeah,
it was his
celebrity chefs and.
I thought it was
vegetables
like
and
his
stuff.
study room that he used to be there and watch the people as.
I don't know. I remember there was
Study room
there
where
was
he
a
watches
secret
the people.
entrance into it,
Yeah.
and you can only have that one secret entrance.
It's like the window that you could actually see everything down the fucking taverns and shit. So you just watch and just.
and then
Slow jerking.
and then the last conspiracy thing I had was like, what really happened to Tupac? Is he
He's
still
alive in Cuba.
Is he alive in Cuba? Did the government tell him to fake his own death?
Apparently.
But apparently, it turns out that Suge Knight knew the truth. He just came out at an interview because I think he got arrested for murder, and there was a documentary he saw. He's like, "Nah, that's not the truth. I know the real truth. I know who killed Tupac." Turns out it was the head of his security. That he was supposed to be the one that was dead, and Tupac was supposed to be just shot and lived. And he's like, "Yeah, they were after me, trying to take over my record label, but Tupac got in the middle, and that's how he ended up dying." But people think it's a cover up. That it's not real conspiracy theories and shit. But
He's
yeah, I was
living
like,
in the Illuminati hotel in Cuba.
so, yeah, you never know. Tupac might be still alive.
How do you feel about the time travelers?
What time travelers?
The time travelers. There's a bunch of videos and
Oh, like
the thing like the gentleman talking on a cell phone
Yeah.
in the background of a Charlie Chaplin movie, or one guy dressed really funny in the picture of like a women's right movement that they had over there.
Oh, and he has like a modern haircut and
Yeah.
modern clothing or something like that.
Yeah, and you're just like, huh? And it's like, oh, they might be Photoshop, but they
Yeah, Photoshop's
take a look at it and they're like,
Did you ever see that the one about the magic where a dude's about to get hit by a car and he warps to the side?
oh yeah, I seen that in
And when
in
the
China.
guy, yeah, when the guy was about to get hit by lightning and he warps to the other side too.
No, I've never
And it's
seen that.
actual video, like video. It doesn't stop. It doesn't see. You just see a truck's gonna hit this dude on a bike, and then a flash happens, and the dude on the bike's on the side,
Huh.
and the truck goes by.
No, never seen that.
Or there was like a baby carriage going around and he just
He saves it from getting hit.
yeah,
So I was like, "Hey, magic exists." There you go. Boom.
I guess.
Magic exists. Yeah, there we go. Facts. Magic.
Fucking boom tube technology, bro. Mine is not so much conspiracy theory. It's more just a scientific theory. There was a gentleman, and let's see if I can look up his name while I'm talking about it. Part of the, it's called the Grey Goose scenario, or the Grey Goose nightmare, some people will call it. Basically, what it involves is actually the gentleman. He's an engineer and futurist. His name is Kim Eric Dexler. Sorry.
Dexel.
And he has a book that you can read about this called The Engines of Creation. Now, basically, what the Grey Goo scenario is we have nanotechnology and we have these things called assemblers. Now, the assemblers, what they do is they take organic matter and they build more.
Kind of like assemble.
Yeah, they can build things, buildings, small little things,
Okay.
small locations, things like that. But something happens where they would eventually churn and they'd eat all organic matter on Earth.
The nanomachines?
Yeah, the nanomachines would eventually just eat all organic, like life, so that includes us, plant life, anything. And they just make more of themselves, and Earth would just become like this
desolate. Yeah.
So they turn into
nothing.
Ultron?
Yes and no.
I think I've heard something like that. Like that's why they don't want to go too crazy with nanotechnology.
Yeah,
just
and
yet.
there was a theory, and John said that he was telling me he had a dream about this. But basically, it's the same thing where
Got jerked off by 20 nanobots.
where it would be they'd be used for pollution control, things like that, and the same thing would happen, kind of like an inevitability of these nanomachines, which I thought was just really cool. To be honest with you, kind of science fiction-y, and some scientists are already kind of disproving that like there would be a fail-safe within the nano coding themselves.
To which I responded, I'm pretty sure Skynet had a failsafe.
Yeah, but that's a movie.
We're talking about nanobots here.
He sounds like the villain from Big Hero 6.
The what?
The little nanos, isn't that from Big Hero 6?
I never
Yeah.
saw it.
Oh,
I wanted to, but I didn't.
yeah.
But that was one of the things. The other thing I want to talk to, and it's more a myth more than anything, is called the elevator to hell, or the elevator to another world.
The woman G-spot.
Is that like the escalator nowhere?
From what I've heard, you found it plenty of times, bro.
Look at that bro in his face. He's like, yeah, I have.
My reputation precedes me.
But apparently what this is actually it's like a ritual more than anything. This originated in Japan. So all you
we all know it's real. It happened.
Yeah, there you go.
The magical land of Japan.
But this is what you need, and I'm going to read the steps off to you. What you need is a building with 10 stories or more with an elevator. Alright? So step 1 is get into the elevator, and you must get in alone. 2, while in the elevator, go to the floors in the following order. 4, 2, 6, 2, 10. If someone else gets in while you're doing this, you cannot complete the ritual. Step 3. While you arrive at the 10th floor, press the 5th floor button without getting out. Okay?
What?
So 4. When you arrive at the 5th floor, a young woman will get in and join you in the elevator. Do not speak to her.
Going the up or going the down?
5. The woman gets in, press the 1st floor button. After you press the 1st floor button, the elevator will take you up to the 10th floor instead of taking you down to the 1st. If you press other floors buttons at this point, you will fail to complete the ritual. But this is also your last chance to quit it.
You know what's this
7.
weird one before you keep going? Mm-hmm. Of course, fucking going to hell in Japanese, you gotta fucking deal with all this fucking math and all these numbers. Leave it to the goddamn moon people to come up with a scary ritual I have to deal with math now.
And then the last thing is a woman has to join you.
Of course. Hell and a woman? Oh, I migraine already.
But you can't talk to the woman either, so...
I'm pretty sure she'll
wow.
throw the fuck out of you.
Actually, I don't know if this is such a bad thing anymore.
Step 7, which is the last.
I got a question. I got a quick question. Mm-hmm. You can't talk to her, but can you touch her?
I doubt it.
I don't know.
I wouldn't advise. If you can't talk to her, chances are.
Anyways, step 7. When your elevator has gone past the 9th floor, you can take it as a sign that your ritual is now well nigh complete. There is only one way of checking if you've been successful at the ritual or not. The world you have arrived should have only one person, namely you, in it.
Ooh.
I cannot know what happens after you arrive there, but I can tell you this much: the woman who gets into the elevator on the 5th floor is not a human being.
Ooh.
And then they have an account of somebody trying this, but yeah.
So like you're not supposed to come back or something like that, or
That's the whole thing.
what's the account? What is the person who said they did this?
Okay,
They failed.
I was a super honey.
I mean,
I
what's
was
the purpose
watching,
though? You
To
can't.
travel to another world.
I know, I thought it was hell. Sorry.
I mean,
Like, why would you want to travel to hell and not come back?
Yeah, you just might as well see. If there is a heaven and hell, that'll prove a lot of things.
But you can't prove it. You can't come back with proof.
That's where you take the
That's true.
Kodak. Yeah, the little roll up.
Well, that's
Pictures.
No,
I mean,
well, this is-
how are you gonna
This is my
how are
other
you gonna
question. This is
expect
my other
a
question.
Japanese tourist to go somewhere else that doesn't take pictures. Come
Exactly.
on. If they're
Well,
going somewhere
no,
else, they're
here's
gonna take pictures.
here's my question now. With the technology that we have now and Big Brother following you, fucking, can't you just live stream the whole thing? You're technically still alone.
That's true.
The lady still could get there.
Yeah.
Why not talk to the lady and see what happens?
You tell her this shit then. Anyways, what did Homeboy say?
the homeboy was basically he does the whole ritual,
Uh-huh.
and there's a woman that comes in, but it's a woman that he recognizes.
Okay.
So he does talk to her. She doesn't respond, but he talks to her, and he's like, okay, that's a little weird. He gets frightened when she comes in. He's like, oh shit, like it's a woman. But he realized it as somebody.
Shit, girls.
but he realized it as somebody that he knew, and then he was like, well, okay, and he didn't complete it. He got off at some other floor, and he like told her bye, and then like the elevator's like still open, but it's going to go down. He heard like a clicking, like click 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 click, and like he turned around, but the elevator is closing at that point. So he was like, was that really her? Was that like something
Maybe
like a
with the test.
demon or something? Who knows? But that was basically his thing. He did not complete it.
Oh.
And
The
like
question-
I said,
the que-
it's I'm sure it's bullshit, but
The
it was
question
just
is-
something I was like, oh okay.
Would any of you try it? Mark, I'm looking more at you.
Why?
Get a chance to kill
Just 'cause-
yourself. Yeah.
Oh, just to test it out. Be like, guys, I did the Japanese math game. Needless to say,
I sucked myself off.
yeah.
I got this cool new demon wings, and your soul is mine. Bye. Because,
Mark, shut the fuck up.
God damn it, man, quit it. Put your dick away.
You want tacos or not?
Alright.
Well, the thing is, would you actually be the last person? Would you be the only person there? Like, what happens to all the people that try it?
Apparently, there was there is a case of a woman that tried to do this.
She couldn't figure out math.
They have like videos of her like running down the halls, and then they found her dead in a water tank.
Are you sure that's not just another
That's a different
chick?
one, ain't it?
That's
Yeah,
a
yeah.
different chick.
I thought they were like linked together. From the
No.
account that I heard, but
I remember
I know what
seeing
you're
that
talking
video.
about. Yeah, like she starts freaking out in the elevator, and then
Yeah.
they find her in the fucking water tank. Like, it's physically impossible to have anyone fucking bust this shit open and dump her ass in there. Yeah. I forgot what it was called, though. Fuck. Wish I knew what that bitch's name was.
But that was more like a scary story type thing,
Yeah.
or like a video. Yeah.
Fair enough.
You know, that you were gonna talk about
What?
the fake moon landing, if it was real or not.
Nobody cares about the fake moon landing.
Well, that was the conversation, like the conspiracy we threw out to Rick. And, like it was, or he threw it out to us. I forgot. If the moon landing was real.
Does he believe that it's not?
The original one. I was
yeah,
talking
of
to
course.
you,
That
right?
he said or I said?
That you said.
Oh, I was probably saying that as just as like a joke.
I
Okay.
think the moon landing was real.
Oh, yeah, that's right. We were kind of saying that because
Was it because of the lighting and the
a lot of
thing?
yeah, like the shadows don't match up, and
Yeah.
maybe they were just doing it just to like we can't fucking look stupid in front of the Russians.
Yeah, that was my whole theory, that it was fake. I mean, eventually we got to the moon, right? There's astronauts.
We
and
bought
shit.
us time.
But the thing is, they faked it to stay ahead of the Russians.
Yeah.
And eventually, that the astronaut group that they used to film the fake landing was eventually the first ones to get the moon, but at a later time.
Wasn't Neil Armstrong gonna say something about it, but then he died?
Louis Armstrong.
Was it the same team?
I heard there's actually a bunch of missing cosmonauts before
There's a bunch
the
of
whole
like
thing.
monkeys and shit like that.
Yeah.
No,
I
it
told
wasn't the
him-
monkeys. They actually send people. You know how the Russians beat us to get people up there first? Well, apparently they've been working on it for a while, but they didn't make it a successful one until someone came back, and there's like a bunch of missing astronauts.
I
Yeah.
remember talking to Rick about that too. I said I didn't want to do the moon landing was fake or anything like that because I think he's already dead though. But I didn't want Buzz Aldrin to come over here and fucking deck me in the face because that's one dude.
Did you say?
That's one dude who doesn't fuck around.
He
with
takes
that
his
shit.
shit.
That's right.
Yeah.
And the person you were thinking of is the death of Lisa Lamb. She died. She died in the Cedric Hotel in Manhattan at the rooftop water tank.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, apparently that place is supposed to be like super haunted and shit like that.
Okay.
So I think that's the one you're talking about.
Yeah, that was more like a ghost story than a trip to another dimension. Mars is real.
Real quick, I did want to say to what Roman said earlier about it not being possible to rule the world. I think we're already being ruled.
Oh, I didn't say it was possible.
Bum,
He
bum,
was
bum.
wrong.
Dun,
I just
dun,
said
dun.
I don't think there's anybody like a group smart enough to like really pull the strings for everything.
I mean, it's already being done. You know, these guys own the.
Isn't that called the UN?
No, God no.
No, it's not the UN.
I mean,
Pretty much useless.
these guys own all the networks, so they control what we see, what we're allowed to see.
Ah, jokes on them. I don't even look at
The
networks.
rulers of the media.
Yeah,
Unless you call the WWE network.
That's
and
a
the
network.
majority of the people that work for barely enough money to like have their car, have their home, take care of their family, so that when a lot of things go up to vote, like people just don't care. They don't care who the president is. They don't care
Sure.
who the mayor is, who the governor is, because they just want to fucking pay their bills. You know, we are already being controlled.
So what you're saying is we got to live in a society with no monetary money, no money. Let's go back to trading.
You want to go to a barter system?
Yeah.
That's terrible.
Yeah, that's not. Nah.
Why is it? Because y'all got nothing.
Pretty much.
Y'all got nothing now, so it won't really be a difference for
Yeah,
y'all.
but at least we have money to improve the situation that we're in.
Well, you can learn a skill and improve your situation you're in with the bar.
Better yourself.
Yeah, but there's gonna be an overflood of things.
Nah, I doubt it. I'm pretty sure a lot of people are gonna die out real quick.
Plus,
You're not wrong.
You're thinking that you're
Population
thinking that
control.
they're going to make sure that like we're taken care of.
No.
If that's the case, it doesn't really matter because there's already farmers that are taking care of a lot of this shit, and they already have way more land than we would have.
A barter system just means that we have to learn how to farm and how to cultivate our own way of living.
You'd have to have a good to sell to people, and what kind of good?
But if you
would
live
have?
off the land, I don't think you have to barter with anybody unless.
Like mountain people. Let's become mountain people.
If you learn how to farm, you don't have
I've
to
seen that
barter
show.
for anything. You
That's a
learn
good
how
show.
to catch
Where are you
wild
gonna get
game,
water though?
fucking rivers, streams.
We don't have anything near us.
What are we talking about?
Where
There's
you
a lot
gonna-
of rivers and streams in Texas. We could go.
Drink
Where-
your
where you
pee.
gonna go?
Come on, Bears Grill. Drink your pee.
You can only do that once.
No, you can't.
Whatever, man.
You actually desalinate it if you want to do it more than a few times.
That's
Bitch,
fine,
I ain't
baby.
eating no salads.
That's not what it means.
And on that note,
I'm just saying.
Bye.
do we have any comments,
We
Roman?
do have a few comments from our last episode. These are all from Prune. He says, "Is the intro a hell yeah song?"
No,
Okay.
Quick, no.
I wish it was, but you know.
God,
it's
no.
soon.
He also said at 3523 True Story. I don't know what that was referring to. Because honestly, I don't listen to our podcast.
I didn't.
Yeah.
I used to the first couple of episodes, and I was just like,
Yeah,
I got no time to listen to it. But
Exactly.
I appreciate anybody that listens
I'm
to it.
Here, I'm recording the goddamn podcast.
I don't remember what I say.
So if you guys are not listening, that means views are coming from actual listeners.
Yes.
Oh, there you go.
Thank you.
Yeah.
By the way, all you listeners.
Yeah.
Send nudes.
Apparently, Hobbs is a fan of it, so that's two right there.
That's good. The next one is read Death of a Salesman if you haven't. So.
Nah.
What were we talking about that just popped up to him to say?
American Dreams.
Oh, okay.
He also says, "Happy I'm staying right in this city and I'm gonna beat this racket."
Talking about the Spurs.
Okay, fair enough.
I think so.
LOL, none of us have class. We have crass. At 4140, ain't nothing more American than that.
Oh, that's what where he was talking about where people just want to live for free. The whole where his neighbor comes in, tells him that he's unemployed, on disability, and that his uncle
Yeah.
was like, "God bless, that's the dream." He goes, "That's American."
So what was that? 325.
I don't remember
I
that
don't
one.
remember.
He says at 42:51, Eric has a
Mangina.
period, and at 42:56, never again. You can always send us an email at citypod88@gmail.com. Eric,
citypod88@gmail.com.
don't
I'm
forget to rate, review, and subscribe on iTunes. If you're
pretty
listening
sure we're
there.
gonna get a bunch of government things like, "Hey, niggas, quit it."
Cease and desist.
If you're listening on iTunes, please rate, review, and subscribe. And if you're on YouTube, go ahead, like, comment, and subscribe.
And the SoundCloud.
And if you want us to look
like
into some
on
more,
SoundCloud.
oh, that's right, our SoundCloud.
Follow us on Twitter for nothing. I
Do
don't
we
think
have
we
a
do
Twitter?
anything. I think so.
We do have a Twitter.
What?
Instagram, Facebook.
Twitter, Instagram
If-
at CityPod. No, at Grimworks.com or
Everything's-
at Grimworks or
everything's
something.
Grimworks.
Okay.
everything is at Grimworks except for Twitter. That's Grim_works.
It's still Grimworks. We probably put Grimworks. You just gotta look for the list.
Anyways, at Twitter at Grim_works.
This was your boy Eric with.
Oh, an Eskimo in heat.
Roman,
John.
It's Tony.
like I say at the end of every episode.
Bye.